Wow. This is something. Let me ask you this. You're all the way in South Africa. Are the issue
Yeah.
everybody knows the situation between black men and black women here in the United States. But on Wednesday, I had Miss Jessica X. She's from London, and we've been told that a similar situation is going on over there between black men and black women in the UK. Let me ask you, what is the situation between black men and black women in your home country in South Africa? Is it similar to what's going on here in the United States or different?
It's the exact same, Obsidian. It's
Oh,
the exact
snap.
same. It's the exact same. Trust me when I tell you this. It's the exact same. I've been hearing brothers complaining about black women's attitudes. It's the exact same issue here in South Africa. It's because, when you live in a first world westernized country, we sort of become spoiled. Hashtag first world problems, right? So yeah, it's the exact same. I've watched Jessica X. I'm not really subscribed to her, but I've seen videos of you doing collaborations with her, and yeah, it's the exact same. Oh, also King Riches. Do you know King Riches?
Oh
Over
yeah, King Rich is over in UK. Yeah. Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, King Rich is over in UK now. He's working with Just Pearly Things. I know him well.
Crazy thing. Yeah. And Sarah Garvey. Yeah, I know a lot of these content creators. I sympathize with them. It's the exact same. Yeah, that's that exact same issues that are going on. Yeah.
Wow. Damn. The exact. Did you hear this, Pablo? The exact same.
I
It's the
did.
exact same.
I'm not surprised with South Africa because for so long I guess they were ruled by the Dutch, colonized by the Dutch, and so they're very westernized country, probably one of the most westernized country on the continent of Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, Mr. Showtime, you got a lot of black women over there that are black feminists and that sort of thing?
Oh, absolutely. We also go through this whole thing of the black single mothers and the oppression of the black male, where the black men are simps. It's like, oh, I gotta buy a house for my mama. But when you ask them, okay, what about your dads? They're like, psh, man, I'll just simply buy my watch. I'm like,
Wow.
that's not fair, is it? Right? So yeah, black men are simps out here, and the whole interracial thing is the exact same. When a black man dates a white woman, I've been involved with, in an interracial relationship, and on my Instagram, I didn't get as many likes, but when I take photos with sisters, I get more likes. So yeah,
Hmm.
hope that gives
Wow.
you an insight.
Wow. This is deep. This is deep.
Obsidian,
Yeah. Go ahead, Pablo. Go ahead.
Obsidian, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you started, you Angry Man O'Shea, years ago, a decade ago, did you ever imagine that these same issues, this same ideas would make it all the way to South Africa, and you would be doing a live stream talking about these? Did you imagine that
No, I didn't,
a decade ago?
brother. I had no. When I got first started here on YouTube, I was just happy,
Believe.
just getting the word out. I was just happy just to be doing that. I had no idea this sort of thing was going on. No idea whatsoever. None. I had no
The
idea
men
that we
in
would go
South Africa,
global. I had no idea that we would be going global. I had no idea. None. No idea whatsoever. This is like
yeah.
surreal. Talking to a brother from South Africa in real time, and that he's saying, yes. Let me get my echo box. Black female fuckery is here in South Africa. Who knew? Who knew? So y'all got the same issues with black women down there. The attitude issues, the weight issue. Is the weight issue an issue down there in South Africa as well?
Yes, the average black female is fat, obese, and overweight, and she has a stank attitude. If you go to, you guys call it Walmart, we have Pick and Pay, right? At the cashier, she's busy scanning your items, and she's like, plastic, giving you the attitude. But a white man behind you, it's the white man's turn. She's like, oh yes, sir, Mr. White Man, what can I do for you today?
Wow. Oh man,
stuff like that.
Oh,
it's shocking.
Man.
It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
Wow. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it. So you can't say that it's because over here in the United States, the argument often is given, well, it's due to slavery. And so there was no slavery. Now, to be fair, South Africa did have a long racial history. Black people were treated unfairly and stuff like that, but they weren't slaves. There's a lot of black women here try to say that because of slavery, even though none of these black women have ever been slaves themselves, but nevertheless, because of slavery, this is the reason why black women act this way. What's the excuse over there? There has never been any slavery. Over here, there are black women who will blame racism, Donald Trump, and white women for the reason why they're fat and obese. Now, what's the reason why they're fat and obese over there? Is the same thing, racism and all the rest of it? Pick Botha is his fault? I mean, what's going on here?
It's the same complaints. When you guys talk about how black women always victim blame, it's Becky with the good hair. It's the same thing here, because although we in South Africa we weren't enslaved, remember we had apartheid, which is kind of similar to your Jim Crow, right? So it's trauma passed down from generation to generation, if you know what I mean. It's mental, psychological trauma passed down from generation to generation, basically. So yeah, it's the same thing. Obsidian, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Wow. This is Pablo. Matter of fact, you know what? I hope you don't mind us taking some calls, Mr. Showtime. Let me open up the floor for calls.